Alright guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. This is my first video back in a couple of weeks. Of course, it's been Christmas. I've been ill as well. But we are back with the videos, and the Mad Fuck videos will be back soon. But today, we've got a slightly different video. We're going to be reacting to my Premier League predictions that I made at the start of the season. I put the predictions up on a post on the channel. I do posts regularly, so you can check those out. Make sure you subscribe if you want to see those. But here we've got my Premier League predictions, and we're going to tally them up points-wise. I've got this point system from Smith, so check Smith out. If you don't know Smith, brilliant channel. I think he got that from Spencer FC as well. So I'm going to be using that pointing system. I like the way it works. It's my first time doing this. But we'll start off down the bottom. You'll see how the point system works as we go through. But down the very bottom, I put Wolves. Now, Wolves, they sacked their manager a few days before the start of the season, if you remember. But Gary O'Neill has come in and done a brilliant job. A much better job, I think, than he done at Bournemouth last year. But Wolves are currently sitting in 11th. So that's 9 points for me because it's a 9-spot difference. So the idea of these points is you want to get as low points as possible. So 9 points to start off with is not ideal at all. But of course, we're only halfway through the season. Most teams have played 20. There's a few teams that have only played 19. But Wolves, 9 points to start us off with. They're 11th. And I put them in 20th. Next up, in 19th, I put Luton. Not far off. They're in the relegation zone, but they're in 18th. So that's just 1 point for us there. They're doing well this season. Sheffield United next, I put in 18th. And they are rock bottom in 20th. So again, we had them in relegation, so just the 2 points there, which is not too bad. Nottingham Forest, I had in 17th. They're currently 15th, so another 2 points. Bournemouth, we had in 16th. They're flying again this season, up in 12th, and they've also got a game in hand as well. So there's a good chance for them to build strong points in the middle of the table. Next up, in 15th, I had Crystal Palace. They are currently 14th, so not too bad, that one. Only 1 point off. Still no perfect scores, but just a 1 point there for Palace. In 14th, I had Brentford. Not too far off. They are currently 16th, and they have got a game in hand. So if they do win that game in hand, they will jump up to 14th. So not too bad of a guess there, although I think the game in hand might be against City, so not quite likely. Next up, in 13th, I had Everton. Of course, they had the 10-point deduction, which none of us were expecting at the start of the season. But they are down in 17th, so a -4 for those, or 4 points for us. But if they didn't get that -10, they would be up in 12th, so it would have only been one away. But 4 points of Everton there. In 12th, I had Fulham. They are 13th, so again, not too bad. Around the middle of the table, pretty much where everyone expected them. So just a 1 point there. 11th, I had West Ham. Now, West Ham are flying this season. They won the Europa Conference last season. So all them extra games, we weren't expecting them to push on too much this season. But they're up in 6th. They're pushing for European places again. And they're in the Europa League. Our worst, or joint worst, pick was Burnley, who are heading 10th. Completely opposite with Wolves. If I swapped Wolves and Burnley around, these predictions would have looked a lot better. Burnley are heading 10th. Of course, they had an amazing season in the Championship, scoring goals for fun under company. But they're currently sitting in 19th. So a big 9 points for us there, which is not ideal at all. If we swapped Wolves and Burnley, it would have been much better. But Burnley, currently in 19th, I had them 10th, so that's 9 points. Next up in 9th, we had Brighton, or I had Brighton. Again, they got Europa League, so all the extra games, was not expecting them to do as well. Of course, they're a young squad, and the way they're running, so they run very well. But they're currently up in 7th, so smashing it again this season. So just 2 points there for Brighton. Now, another big one, Villa in 8th. Which was quite generous, to be honest. But they're smashing it. They're in 2nd. So 6 points for that Villa guess. Next up, Newcastle, I had in 7th. Loads of people think Newcastle are going to get top 4 and push on. But I had them in 7th. Of course, I had Champions League, and they're currently actually in 9th. So just the 2 points there. We expect them to get better towards the end of the season as well, because they're out of the Champions League. They had injuries, so once they got injuries back, of course, they got the January transfer window as well. So I expect them to move up the table now towards the end of the season. So hopefully we get some more points from them come the end of the season. Just 2 points there. Chelsea I had in 6th. They are still in mid-table in 10th, but there's still time for them to push on. And our first perfect score in 5th, Tottenham Hotspur. And that's where they currently are in 5th place. So we'll take that, our first perfect score. And back-to-back, Arsenal I had in 4th. A lot of people pushing them to win the league this year. Of course, there's still loads of time left. Loads can change on this points table. But Arsenal in 4th, that's another correct score because that's where they currently are. In 3rd, I had Liverpool. Of course, they're currently 1st. So 2 points there. Another big points in 2nd, I had Manchester United. Erik ten Hag, a lot of pressure he's under, but he's doing a good job, I think. I've got a Manchester United rebuild save on the channel as well, so check that out if you're interested on Football Manager. But Manchester United, I had for 2nd. I thought they were going to really push on this year. It's just not worked from Højlund. He's a good striker, but he's not world-class level, I don't think. He's not up there where Manchester United want to be. He's just a mid-table striker at most, in my opinion. But that's what football's about, opinions. In 1st place, of course, I had Manchester City. They are currently 3rd, but they do have a game in hand, so they could overtake Villa to pull that back a bit. And, of course, loads of time left in the season. They like going on a late push. But here is all the points that I've gained so far. Of course, you want as least points as possible. Ignore the plus or minus. That's just where they are in the league. The numbers are what matters. Okay, so in total, I have got 65 points, which I don't think is too bad. Of course, we swapped Burnley Wolves around and we swapped Man United Villa around. We would take off most of the points there. But halfway through the season, there's still loads of time left. So we'll come back at the end of the season. We'll review it all again. Hopefully, we've brought that score down from 65. This is my first time doing it. As I say, check out Smith. He's who I got the idea from for the point system. Remember to leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you are new, if you have enjoyed. Let me know in the comments what mad fuck videos you want to see as well, because all them videos will be coming back. We've got the Team of the Year coming soon. I've got loads of packs saved up for that. So make sure you're subscribed if you want to see that. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.